Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. How are we doing today? I hope we are all doing wonderful. Please excuse my voice, okay? I'm all congested if you know weather changes and everything, and I'm trying to deal with it. But it happens like this every year when I go into a new weather. Is like something goes with my nose, my voice, and you know, I think it's just common cold. But anyway, we have to show up because I just posted something, I think yesterday, that says discipline is showing up even when motivation is absent. So here is me showing up, okay? Instead of just laying back, laying in bed and cozying up. So how is everyone doing? I'm excited to talk to everyone today. I'm excited to be here. It's a wonderful month. It's Christmas. I love Christmas. I've always loved Christmas since I was a little kid. It's always been a wonderful season for me, and I hope for you as well. So, anyway, as usual, we are here to talk about trending topics. This is where I really give maybe my commentary about things that are trending, answer questions about things that are trending, and rub minds together with other people, my followers, friends, anybody. So as usual, I'm going to add the link to this live stream on the chat section. Okay, so if you want to come in and say something, if you want to come in and share something, if you want to come in and say hi, you can do that on the comment section or the chat section, or you can also come into the studio and talk so we can see you. The whole point of this live is so you can see me live, not on video, not pre-recorded, live. And I can also get to see you live. Okay. So let's go. I saw something that really stirred up a lot of emotions just recently. That's why I said, you know what, I have to be here today because I was thinking of starting back in January. Because after today, we won't be having any more lives till January because we want to have opportunity to enjoy Christmas with our families to the fullest, and then we'll start back in 2026. Wow, 2026 is already here. So anyway, I saw something that stirred up a lot of emotions. In me, I'm all about women empowerment. I'm all about, oh, hello guys, Casey, Nkechi, you guys are welcome. Thank you for being here and thank you for being on time. I barely opened and you guys are already here as if you were waiting for me. I love it. I love it. Thank you guys. Let me paste the link in case you want to come into the studio. So you can come into the studio with this link that I'm about to paste. Okay. So all you have to do is hit the link. All you have to do is hit the link and I will be able to let you in once you hit the link. Okay. You guys already know this. This is what happens every Sunday. I think we already have the drift. So I'm going to pin that link. I think last Sunday they were saying that it didn't show up on Facebook because, mind you, this is going live on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. So it's not just Facebook. In case you're on Facebook, there are people that are watching from other places. So they were telling me it didn't show up on Facebook, it was showing on other places. So I'm going to have somebody, please let me know if you don't see the link on Facebook or any other, on any other platform, YouTube, TikTok. Please let me know. Let me know on the chat section. Let me know if it's not showing so I can figure out, troubleshoot, and figure out why it's not showing, because I need it to show. So people might want to, or someone might want to come in and they don't have the opportunity, which is not good. Okay, because that will defeat the purpose. Yeah, Ndidi, how are you? How are you? Thank you for being here. Happy Sunday. I hope you're enjoying this Sunday despite everything. It's good to see you. Okay, so guys, as I was saying, I saw something that, again, this is always trending topics. We just talk about what you're talking about. Okay, um, something that stirred up a lot of emotions in me. It was a lady. I'm not trying to drag anyone, so I don't mention names, but I always see these things as opportunity for other people to learn. Okay, you highlight things, you bring out things for other people to learn from it, because you never know if this lady have, maybe heard from someone that went through the same thing like years back, maybe she would have been able to avoid going through it. You don't always have to reinvent the wheels, like You can learn from other people's mistake. You can learn from other people's wisdom. You don't always have to come up with it by yourself. You don't always have to experience something to learn from it. So let's have that at the back of our mind. All this is so we can create awareness, people can learn and avoid making the same mistakes. Okay. Hey, you are welcome. That is one of my husbands just joined. Anyway, like I told you guys, in my country, in my culture, when you marry one person, you marry the entire men in the family, even if they're toddlers. Yes, the toddler is your husband, no matter what. So one of them just joined, and I'm happy. You guys are so supportive. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. I love you guys. Oh, Casey, you are welcome. Peterson, you're welcome. Thank you all for being here. So please join the conversation. Again, feel free to hit the link and come into the studio. I need one more person in the studio. Okay, so I'm not lonely. I'm not lonely. I don't want to be lonely in this studio. So at least one person should come in. So, but anyway, as I was saying, what I saw, most of you have seen it, I'm sure, about a lady, I believe Doris Ogala. Everybody is saying it, so I don't think it's new. Doris Ogala. I think she's an actress. So she somehow, this tape or this recording, this video made it into the media space where she was bawling her eyes out. She was crying, talking about she was dating this pastor. Pastor for since 2017. Isn't that 8 years? And the pastor promised her marriage, the pastor promised her everything. And then just I don't know if it's yesterday or a few days ago, just recently, she saw the pastor's video engaging another lady. She saw the pastor's video engaging another lady and she lost it and she made that video. I think there were other videos, but I didn't want to repost those ones because it was just too, it was just where she was almost attempting to buy herself, if you know what I mean. I don't want to use the word because I don't know which word Facebook is going to flag. This social media is crazy, they flag everything. So she was trying to buy herself and somebody saw her allegedly and took her to the hospital or whatnot. And then the video where she was saying, the guy cannot marry the lady, it cannot happen, they've been dating since 2017. And after everything, after having intimacy, sex, with her, and all this while, and want to leave her. And she kept asking, who do you want to leave me for? Who do you want to leave me for? But there's one thing that stood out to me that I want to start with. In that same video, she said that she got married to another man. And this same pastor begged her to leave the man so they can be together. And she left her husband. Even the picture of her and her husband, the one that married her, is also floating online. I see all that. So, where do we begin? Where do we begin? Ladies, my beautiful ladies, people are talking. Oh, there's a lot of channels trying to teach about relationship, what to expect, what red flags are. I do my bit. I do a little bit of that because I believe so much in relationships. I love marriage. I love relationship. I love all things romance. So I do a little bit of that, especially on YouTube. But it's like no matter how much awareness is being created, it's like some people are not either seeing it or they choose not to see it. I don't know. Because when I look at this lady, she's not young. Okay, if this was a 20-year-old girl, I'll be like, she's still learning. She'll learn. It's okay. She'll learn. She's just growing. She's still a child. But this lady is matured. Okay, so I'm not understanding what kind of sweet will a man put in his mouth to now tell you to leave your husband, that he will marry you, and you too, you will go and leave your husband to marry a man. Is it not Igbo people that said a bird at hand is more than how many in the bush? Why would you even do that? Where was that man before you got married? Because apparently you've known him for a while, since 2017. It's been 8 years. That is the first question that I want to ask. And that is the first thing I want to tell my ladies. This is not the first time. I have had stories like this happening over and over again. No man, no man will marry you after they have brought you out of your husband's house. Let me tell you something about men. Sometimes you see that one that's stealing is sweeter for the fact that they're stealing it. There are some people that get a kick off of that, off of the fact that what they're doing is sneaky. That's sneaking around. There's a something that is does to them. They get a kick out of it. So there are things that do different things to different people. Hello, my sister Joyful. How are you? Good to have you here. Hey, Joyful, you should be. I would like to have you in the studio because I know you're in that department. I believe you're a pastor, if I'm not mistaken. Forgive me. So this would be a good time to hear counsel from somebody like you. So Daniel, you are welcome. Thank you all for being here. I missed a few names. I see you guys. Thank you guys for being here. If I don't mention your name, please don't take it personal. That means it has scrolled past because it keeps, it goes fast before I can catch it. So, anyway, I was saying no man is going to marry you after bringing you out of your husband's house. Why? First of all, you have to wonder what is that man's character. Because there are men that once they hear a woman is married, that woman is off limits. Those are noble men. I do understand love because this is what people say. Sometimes you can't help who you fall in love with. That's okay. You can't help who you fall in love with. I get that. But you know what? Everything must be done with wisdom. Have you go ahead and pray? And let me see the God that will tell you, yes, leave your husband and go marry somebody else. If something is going on with your husband, if something is wrong and you don't want the marriage again, that's okay. The only reason you should leave is because this marriage is not serving you anymore. There's things in this marriage that you cannot handle or you cannot manage. And this marriage is about to take you out. Maybe, either somehow, this marriage is about to take you out, in different ways. Either you're falling into depression or you're being beaten or other things that are happening. I don't know. But if you decide to leave because you can no longer handle this marriage. Don't ever leave your marriage because another man told you to come out. No, don't do it. No, don't do it. If you're coming out, come out because you want to come out. That way, if you get married again tomorrow, it's okay. If you don't get married again tomorrow, it's okay. Because it's your decision and you have thought about it. And I always tell women before you leave, evaluate, make sure that this decision is decision you will take no matter what happens in the future. Don't leave because you're believing you will find a better man. Don't leave because you're believing you'll find a richer man. If that happens, fine. But don't leave because of that, because guess what? It may not happen. It's a chance. It's 50-50. It may not happen. So if it doesn't happen and you have left with that belief, or you have left because somebody told you to come out, you're going to be bitter for the rest of your life, except if God helps you. You're going to be angry. You're going to resent that person that told you to come out. You will live in regret. You'll be like, that's why you see a lot of divorced people living in regret. It's not because where they were was better, it's because of the reasons why they left. But if you live with the right reasons, you're resolved in your mind that no matter what, I can't handle this anymore. No matter what happens in the future, I can't handle this anymore. Those are the ones you see, and they're living their best life. They live the marriage and they are living their best life because they don't care. They don't care. They're not waiting for some other man to come and marry them. They're not waiting for somebody to that is richer or their reasons are genuine, and they have thought about every possibilities that can come up. They have thought about every outcome. And at the end of the day, they make that decision. And another thing I tell women, also make sure you have worked on that marriage. You have given it your 1,000,000%. And after you have given it that 1,000,000%, you find out that there are no changes, things are not getting better. In that case, after you leave, you will also have that satisfaction that you gave it your all. I see this all the time. What I'm saying is something that I experience all the time. When you see people that live the right way, they don't live with all these regrets. They don't live with all this, you did this to me, you did that to me, you brought me out of my marriage, you did it. Oh, hold on. You brought me out of my marriage, you did that. No, they're living their best life because they did it the right way. And I always advise, get counsel from the right people. If you have a genuine pastor in your life, is a wonderful thing. Get counsel from that pastor, not the fake ones, because the person we're talking about is also a pastor. I'm not saying he's fake. I haven't heard from him. I don't think he's made any statement. So we don't know if we haven't had his side of the story. We don't know if he has his reasons or not. So I'm not condemning him. No, I'm not condemning anybody. I'm not judging anybody. I'm not even condemning her. I'm just bringing out the lessons we can learn so people will avoid the same mistake, no matter what the case may be. Okay. So, as I was saying, yeah, get counsel from somebody that is qualified to give counsel. If you need to talk to a counselor, talk to a counselor. If you need to talk to people with wisdom, actually, in this life, there are people in your life that have wisdom, either God given wisdom or acquired wisdom. But they know what they're talking about. They make good decisions. So it's okay to consult them. Or if you need to talk to a professional, talk to a professional. But by all means, make sure, Udo, I see you. Welcome. God bless you too. So, but by all means, make sure you're talking to the right people. So, if you're getting good counsel, if the Bible says, in the multitude of counsel, there is safety. I believe in that thing so much. That's why I don't do anything without consulting the right people. Keyword is the right people. Because if you consult the wrong people, they can also take you to your doom. The people you talk to matters. And that's why they always say spirit of discernment. If you're going to ask God for one thing, ask for spirit of discernment. So you know who to talk to and who not to talk to. Because you talk to the wrong people, you don't know who is secretly jealous of you. They may even purposely give you wrong advice. You talk to the wrong people, you don't know who just doesn't care. They just tell you whatever. Or you don't know what they themselves are carrying. They will advise you based on their place of knowledge. For example, if you're talking to somebody that spends money anyhow, that's who they are, that's what they know. They spend money anyhow. You go and talk to that person and you ask them, please teach me how to manage my money. They will teach you how to spend it anyhow because that's all they know. So that's what I'm saying, that sometimes it's not because they want to lead you wrong, it's because they themselves are lost. They don't know. So again, I'm saying all this to say talking to the right people matters. Maureen, you are welcome. Chi Best, I see you. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are so welcome and so grateful to have you guys here. Like I said, you're so many of you on the chat section. Want somebody should come into the studio and give us an opinion. I want to hear from somebody else. I want to hear what somebody else is thinking about this. So it's not only my opinion that will fly. We can rub minds together. I need your opinion or type it in the chat section so I can read it out. So I'm live here. Okay, I see you. Thank you. You're welcome. Exactly. Yeah, thank you. Oh, you're saying the truth. Okay, everybody just supporting what I'm saying, basically. So, but anyway, we've talked about that. Leaving the husband because another man said, come out and I'll marry you. Again, never ever do that. If somebody actually succeeds with that plan, it may be 1%. A lot of women have left their marriages because a man on the side promised the marriage, and once they leave, that man, no, that man doesn't want responsibility. They like when they were stealing it on the side. They just liked when they were stealing it on the side. They don't want the whole responsibility. And then when you leave, it's no longer fun. The fun is in sneaking around. The fun is in doing it behind the scenes. And you don't know, they may be lying to you. Whatever they're telling you is just telling you so you can be opening your legs. So women, guard your legs jealously. Guard it jealously, okay? Okay, somebody is finally coming into the studio. Hello, how are you? Welcome. But anyway, that is the number one point that we wanted to cover. Me or if it's me, if I were her, I would not even have said that part. I would just let that part I will let that part just stay in the secret, okay? Because that makes you look like you don't know what you're doing. That's one. Another thing, I saw a comment on Facebook where somebody told her this is the same person because apparently when Regina Daniels was having her issue with her husband, I guess this lady was also part of the people that carried it on their heads. So somebody now wrote, look at the person you people are listening to. Look at the person that was telling Regina's husband marriage is not by force. And now she's saying marriage is by force. They must marry her. So that brings me back to saying, I always tell you guys, don't believe everything you see. People just talk. People just talk. Yeah, that is true. Though I do have compassion for her. Honestly, watching that video, I felt so bad for her. I couldn't help it. Even if you don't want to feel bad, you can't help it. The video is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. You can see real pain. It's real pain. So anyway, we covered one point on that. The second point, before I go to the second point, let me allow Cece to speak. Cece, how are you? Can you hear me? I think your mic is
I
muted.
can. I can hear you clearly. Hello. Good afternoon. How are you doing, Doctor?
Hello.
How are you doing?
Turn the volume up. We cannot hear you.
Oh,
Mhm.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, I said, how are you doing, Doctor?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm good, thank you. This lady's story is quite interesting, and hearing your points where saying that people shouldn't listen to people online and all of that. I agree. But one thing I also want to talk about is the fact that people should learn how to take responsibilities. How can you be blaming somebody that he made you leave your marriage because he promised you he will marry you, and you carry your two left legs and left your marriage because somebody promised you they will marry you, and now the person did not marry you. You're now blaming the person for leaving your previous marriage. That is I feel
I
empathy
know.
for the lady, oh, as a human being. But that part, she's not supposed to say it at all.
She's not supposed. That's what I
She's
said. If
supposed to
it's
keep
me,
quiet.
if it's me, I will not say that part. I will just let that one slide. Only me and the man will know that that's why I left my marriage. And if you see the fine man that she was getting married to, because the picture is now flying online. Trust people. Everything is coming online. The man was fine, oh. So why? I mean, I don't see why you will now leave this man for this pastor. I don't see anything in the pastor.
You
I
know
have seen
how
the
we
pastor.
Nigerians
I
have.
don't see. It's not like he's drop dead gorgeous. It's not like he's. I don't see anything. Oh,
He's a
except
pastor.
maybe.
That's what you need to know. Nigerians
Oh,
have sentiments towards pastor.
excuse me, guys. Or just for the fact that he's a pastor.
Yeah, that's enough reason to marry him. I'm sorry, I'm just laughing. Though. I was watching that video and I was just laughing. So some
So why do people want to marry pastors? Is it the money?
I no, yeah, I feel it's more of the sense of respect he would get, As a pastor in Nigeria, everybody will be kneeling down and rolling on the floor for the pastor, which is very common.
Mm,
So, and then as pastor wife, people will be kneeling down and rolling on the floor for her join now. Maybe I hope I
mm.
am wrong, but
Yeah.
that's my conclusion. I really pray to be wrong because
Mhm,
a lot of Nigerians idolize their pastors instead of
mhm.
knowing God for themselves. And
I
she
know.
is no exemption, because how can a man or pastor tell you leave your marriage and come, I will marry you, and then you carry your two left legs and bag and say you're leaving the marriage to go and marry pastor? As what?
Oh, thank you.
Did,
Oh, Kosi. Thank you, baby girl. Thank you so much. I know I've
did she
stopped.
pray to God about that pastor, and did God tell her that yes, she's supposed to leave her marriage and follow pastor?
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. It's always been amazing to me the things pastors get away from with, because this is not the first time. We see it all the time, non-stop. A lot
Uh-huh.
of people that are sleeping with pastors that are, I mean, if you're doing it and you're doing it in the light that this is another human being, this is just a man, I want to sleep, fine. But they do it in the capacity of
She's a
pastor
pastor.
and sleeping with. Some people think they will get special anointing. Do you know there's a story I had one time about this lady that was sleeping with a pastor, and it was something about holy seed, as if like the pastor's seed would be.
Hi God, though God, please forgive our generation.
Oh my goodness.
The
So
things
even
God will judge is
pastors,
plenty.
I'm one of those people that don't judge pastors so harshly, because I believe that human beings first before that pastors.
Uh-huh.
So, but if you have a church, if people are looking up to you, you are held at a higher standard than everybody else. So you have to be more careful, because people are looking up to you. People that believe in pastor so much that if pastor tell them to go and buy somebody, they will do it. After all, it was coming from Daddy Gio. They basically worship the pastor. So I don't know, but anyway, it's called this religion is like opium. Religion is like drug. Once you get
Yeah.
hooked, once you get hooked, it's kind of, I think it releases the same chemicals that is released when you're doing drugs. So I'm not so surprised. I can understand the chemistry of it, but it still amazes me how people cannot see through this BS.
People are
You
gone.
know, the man, and another thing that I wanted to talk about before you got here, you see, your stance is the same with many people. A lot of people are not having sympathy for her. Some
Mm-hmm.
people will not say it online because they don't want people to drag them. But most people are like, it serves you right. At least some people that I've talked to, it serves you right. What do you mean? You left your man to marry, so you can marry the pastor? What kind of nonsense is that? So a lot of people are not having sympathy for her. A lot of people are saying it serves you right. But anyway, I guess everybody will feel however they want to feel. And I
Yeah.
do understand it in as much as I try to come from a neutral standpoint. I don't want to really, because I believe when things happen, it's not the time to blame. You let the person come out of it first, because right this moment, she's not in a good place. So maybe after she gets through this and she comes out of it, and she's going to need to do a lot of work. She's going to need some counseling. She's going to need some therapy. She's going to need some praying. She's
Mm-hmm.
going to need a lot of work, because this level of breakdown is massive, to the extent
Yeah.
that she wanted to buy herself, to the extent that
Yeah.
she let this tape leak online. Because she said it in the tape. She said, I don't care. You people can drag me. For you to get to the extent where your personality no longer matters. You don't care what people say. You don't care how people view you. You don't even care that this can follow you for the rest of your life. This is not going to go away. You're not going to bribe Google and this will disappear from the internet. This is there and is there to stay.
Yes.
And you still were able to do that?
Put a camera
It
in front
does.
of yourself and made a video. Wow.
I made a video. It doesn't make you look good. There's nowhere. Somebody said this girl have much. Which one is two left legs? Cece, you have mouth. Oh yes.
I agree with you in the sense of when things like this come out, you have to be gentle and not be harsh on the person going through this thing. But I agree with you to an extent, because if you want people to be to express sympathy to you, and the person, the lady in question now, knows how she's feeling and she's having, suicidal thoughts and all of that, she didn't need to bring it to social media. She didn't even need to carry her phone and make a video at all. Keep everything off social media, and then nobody will have time to be telling you what to do and what not to do, and be blaming her for her actions. Nobody will do that, because why? They don't know it.
It's true.
So
It's
people should
true.
learn to keep things off social media. Keep your private business off social media. Go out for shopping, post that one, that's fine. But keep your private life off social media. If you don't want to be dragged, and if you don't want people's opinion, keep it off
Yeah,
social media. But now that you're fit on social media, it's all of us business. Oh.
I know.
It is for the
It's true,
public
because if you put it on,
consumption.
actually, if you put
I
it on
was on
social media,
my
you're
own.
indirectly begging for that. You're indirectly begging
Exactly.
for those opinions
I
and
was on
those.
my own, and I wasn't going to her. I don't even know her address or anything to know her private life. But she brought it to my front. Now
It's
I
true.
have seen it. Now I have opinion, and now she must take the opinion.
She must
My,
take the opinion.
she must take it though. If you don't want people's opinion, then don't put anything on social media, because social media is for public
Exactly.
consumption. That's number one. And then I understand the sympathy thing. As a human, I have sympathy towards her. However, I feel personally, I'm not here to express sympathy to her, but I'm here to express my opinion to other people out there that may find themselves in similar situation, and they should know what to do.
It's
That's
true.
my own take. So after looking at the video, you cannot come on social media and be saying she left her husband for the pastor, and you have audacity to say that. You too, the woman too, when she was thinking of leaving her husband for the pastor, what was she thinking?
I
That this
know.
pastor would happily marry her?
I know.
And
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 then what
also
stops you from leaving the pastor for the next man?
exactly. So didn't she think that the pastor will start questioning, okay, if she left her husband for me, definitely she will leave me for somebody else?
Hmm.
The circle continues.
If there's a higher bidder.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's terrible. That's what I'm saying. Is a lot of emotional, the more you're on this social media, you begin to see the level of lack of emotional intelligence.
Hmm.
People that you will look at, you think, okay, everybody have certain level of sense. When things are coming out, you begin to see that a lot of people are lacking,
Yes.
in so many things. Somebody that have this kind of situation, and she was just immersed in Regina Daniels' issue. When she had this thing at the back burner, she should have been dealing with hers. And then at the next thing we need to talk about is time. Ladies, ladies, ladies. I know there's some ladies watching. If you don't get anything from me, get the fact that if you're dating a man, 1 year pass, 2 year pass, 3 year pass, 4 year,
One year
whatever
is too
happens,
much.
you deserve it. What are you dating for? Especially if you're not 20. If you're 20 years old, I can get that. I can get kids. This excludes kids. If you're like from high school and you're both trying to find your footing in life, you're both trying to go to college and all that, that's different. But when you're matured, you're ready to marry, you're ready to have kids, and you're dating a man, sometimes even second marriages, you're dating a man for 1, 2, 3. What are they trying to find out again?
I don't know.
What are
I
they
don't
trying
know.
to find out that they haven't found out? If you haven't found out who I am in 2 years, leave am. You don't need to find out again. Just
Exactly.
leave it. So, ladies, that's another thing. Because she said they've been dating since 2017. 2017 to 2025. Come on.
And then he comes and say he wants to marry someone else. He has probably seen the bone of his bone, and he's like, okay, I'm done with this. I want to move on. She should
Hey,
also move on. The Lord is her strength.
someone, I wish I could join the live. Ah, you can join now. What is stopping you? You can just hit the link.
The link is in the comment section.
It's in the comment section. Yeah, or somebody say, yeah, we are watching. Yes, so ladies, please bear that in mind. Don't let a man string you along. Any man that is stringing you along, the men really know if they want to marry you in the first. I think there was a study I saw. I'm not sure, so don't quote me because whenever I say something, I like to be 100% sure. But I think he says in the first 3 to 4 months, a man already know if they will marry you or not.
That's true. I
Men
saw that.
already
Well, the one I saw was for 6 months.
6 months, okay. So that means it's true. A man knows if they will marry you in the first 6 months. So let's make it 6 months. So if a man is still not sure or not making any plans towards marriage after 6 months, find your way. I mean, I don't even believe in dating one man. I'm sorry. I know some of you may be like, hey, Dr. P, you're saying this. Yes, I'm saying I don't even believe in tying yourself down. Why are you tying yourself down? There's so millions of fish in the ocean. I'm not saying sleep with them. That's the difference. Don't sleep with anybody. Me, I don't believe in sleeping. Anybody have that? I don't like to preach my beliefs because I know people are different. I can preach what the Bible says. I can tell you what I believe, but I'm not going to impose it on you. So do you. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to tie yourself down to one person, and if that person disappoints you, or you don't know who you will meet, you don't know, you have qualities that you're looking for in a man. If you see one of the qualities in one man and you tie yourself there, you just go there and tie yourself. You don't know if maybe tomorrow you would have met one that have 90% of the qualities. You have tied yourself with the 10% of what you're looking for. Because me, I believe, of course, love is involved, but I think actions and things like that is what leads to love and lasting love. The one that you go, you see somebody, oh, you have butterflies, that's attraction. And of course, that is also important. Because you don't want to marry somebody that you're not attracted to. Tomorrow your bedroom will start suffering. No, you want to be attracted to the person, but you also want the person to have the qualities you're looking for because that's what will sustain the marriage long term. This is why marriages are breaking because you see somebody, oh, they have this, you like a man that is fair, they're fair. Oh, you're in love. Tomorrow, you find out that they don't have the same belief system, they don't
Mm-hmm.
have the same moral values, they don't have the same financial ideas, and boom, you start having issues. So I believe in test them all. When I say test them all, not in the bedroom. Don't test them in the bedroom. But I mean, date them all. Talk to them. Have a conversation. See what they believe. See, the if their goal in life. See what they have achieved and what they plan to achieve. See their ideologies. Learn how they grew up. Learn everything there is to learn. More than one person. Don't tie yourself down. And me, I will tell you, I'm not committed to you until you put a ring on the finger. If there's no ring on the finger, don't call me yours.
Mm.
Okay? That is my philosophy. If I don't have a ring on this finger, you don't have any business saying I'm yours. We can talk, we can date, we can go out to eat, but that's it. So whoever is serious, they should. What did Beyonce say? Beyonce
A
say,
ring.
if you like it, put a ring on it. Okay? So, ladies, that's another thing that I wanted to point out. Oh, somebody saying network is bad. I'm sorry. That's okay. We're almost concluding anyway. We're already at 40 minutes. Um, hey, Amaka, you are welcome. Thank you for being here. Chi Best again, you are welcome. So if you like it, if you love it, put a ring on it. I believe in that. So if a
Mm.
man is
Mm.
stringing you along, date other men. Date other men. Leave them there. That's okay. If they catch you, don't even bother hiding. If they see you with another man, say, hey, there's no ring on my finger. So what? If they want it, if they value you, they should lock it down. So that's another thing. Because look at her. After 8 years, the man, I low key Don't blame her for the outburst. My only problem is, why are you doing it on camera? This
Yeah.
is something you do in your bedroom with your best friend or your sister or your cousin, or your mom, not on camera, because
Exactly.
heartbreak is real. And it's good that she's letting it out, you know?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Hello. Kenny is joining us.
Hi, Kenny.
Hello, can you ladies hear me?
We can hear you. You
Okay.
look like you're about, you look like a mob. What are
I
you about to attack?
I am about to rob a bank.
Dr. Precious, good afternoon. Cece, good afternoon. I'm
Good
taking my
afternoon.
walk. It's very
Okay.
cold over here, but I'm taking my afternoon after church walk. Trying to get
Okay.
these steps in, like Dr. Precious says. We have to live a healthy life. So
Yeah, yeah, I did say that.
yeah, so I'm doing what I can. It's very cold over here, so everyone, please try and stay warm because the weather is dropping very quickly. But I
I
had
know.
to come on the live and say I 100% agree because you did a video on the Danish Deception, and I really wanted you to talk about that because it's so funny how in that case of the Danish Deception, where the woman that was affected and scammed, who funny
Mhm,
enough is a Nigerian American, so she's one of our own. She's out here getting
mhm,
scammed because she rushed into a relationship with someone she did not properly date and properly ask questions. So I feel like Dr. Precious, you're really preaching the truth when you say that, take your time, date, so like really date someone, get to know them, ask the questions. It doesn't mean that you're sleeping with them. It doesn't
mhm,
mean that they're getting anything from you, but you have to, that dating period, that's when you have to ask the hard questions and not be confused or blinded by love or anything.
mhm,
Like, ask your questions, be direct, don't let them waste your time, and get the information you need because it's based off that. That is how you
mhm,
can commit and decide to be in a serious relationship that leads to marriage.
mhm.
You see that
That is
Danish
true.
deception thing, yeah? Now
Mm,
I'm questioning the kind of relationship or the kind of friends that lady have because if I tell my friends I went on a date or for dinner with a guy, I
mhm.
don't even need to send a picture of this guy to my friends, but they will find this guy and they will find out about his family. And in the space of 2 days, I give my friends 2 days. I don't know how they do it, but they do FBI work. So I don't. And it's not just me.
Uh,
Yeah.
I've had a couple of people say that they have friends that all they need to say is they like this person, and then they start digging and bringing up information about this one person. So
mhm,
I am
Yes.
questioning the kind of friends that lady has, and I'm also
mhm,
questioning her family at large.
I think
mhm,
with that situation, with the Danish deception situation, I feel like because the woman, and her name is Onyeka, and I feel like because Onyeka had this self pressure of wanting to be married soon, because Onyeka was, I believe she's in her early 30s. So
mhm,
because of that situation, she
Mm,
wanted to rush the process. So whatever the man was telling her, and the man in her situation was a foreigner, so it was a Danish man who had a very crippling gambling addiction, and he hid that from her. So I think because she wanted the fairy tale to be true, she kind of kept information away from her family and friends,
yes.
and decided that whatever happened, she was going to be able to handle it. But it was so unfortunate that when it got to the point where she couldn't handle it, it already reached that point of him scamming her out of thousands of dollars and also scamming the people around her because she did not communicate her worries
Mm-hmm.
or the things that she thought were a bit suspicious, you know. So I think
mhm,
for her, she really wanted that. She wanted that ring. And it's the same with the lady leaving her husband for the pastor. It's like there's this desire of a ring, there's this desire of a marriage, not really a committed relationship where it involves two families and two people coming together under God. It's just this ring, like this being married concept, I think. the women in both of these situations were chasing a lot, and they had their consequences because, as Dr. Precious said, they're not doing it for the right reasons.
Yes.
Yeah, that Danish Deception. Do you know, I was reading some commentary on it because I was still going to make a video to react to it.
Hmm.
Um, Somebody was saying that they don't even believe the man have a gambling problem.
Oh my
They
goodness.
said they don't believe the man made that up in order not to pay back. Because
Hmm.
if everybody believed that he has gambled all the money away, they leave him alone, which is exactly what happened. They left him alone. He walked. Even though the girl is now trying to bring him to book by
Yeah.
making these videos, creating awareness and all that, but all that money that he borrowed, he scammed the family. I mean, he took $3,000 from her little sister, from her parents, I believe, from her cousins, her friends.
I think everything
Like,
amounted to over 100K.
oh my
If
God.
not more, I think
I
thousands.
think it's more, yeah.
Yeah,
Hundred of
Yeah.
thousands.
it's really
So
bad.
they were saying that they don't believe there's a gambling problem, that was made up in order to avoid accountability. And
Mm.
that,
At this
that
point,
got
I
me
agree
thinking.
with them.
I was like, could that be true?
It's possible.
It is.
Because he lied about himself. He told her he's from a royal family, which is a very unnecessary lie, making her
This,
believe that he's a high status person. He
Exactly.
could just be from an average Danish family that probably worked hard to ascertain some things for themselves. But he lied. That's number one. Number two, all that money, I think he was using the money that he borrowed from them to even lavish to spend on her and the vacation that
True.
she said that he paid for.
Yes, because he had to keep the light going somehow.
Exactly.
He
He
had
had
to
to
keep
keep,
it going.
and that,
Yeah.
trust me, vacation will not cost up to 5K. So the
Yeah.
sister alone has paid the vacation that he used and borrow more money and make everybody think that he was doing well. Oh my goodness. I don't know why women just is
I
well.
actually think that man is sick.
I don't
That
think it's
man
sick.
is sick. I don't know if it's because I'm in the medical field. I always think everything is sickness. I think that man is sick because it's pathological lying.
Yeah.
It's pathological. The things he lied about, he didn't need to lie. The
True.
woman didn't tell you she's looking for somebody from a wealthy background or from royalty. She never said that. So you don't have to lie about that. So I
Yeah.
think it's just pathologic. The man just have to keep lying for whatever reason.
I
But
think
no
it's
matter
part of
what the
his way
case
of
may
making
be,
money though.
people don't have to, no matter what you're doing, no matter how sick you are, if other people are getting hurt, now something is wrong. Something is wrong with you. You're creating pain and is no longer okay. If you're sick, you can be sick by yourself. So that's what changes the game for me. This girl is suffering, crying every time you continuously kept lying to her. But that Danish Deception girl, that is the one I struggled. It's like I had to keep myself from feeling the way I wanted to feel and still be
Hmm.
able to show empathy and have empathy for her and sympathy because her own doesn't make sense. You're a young girl in diaspora, have access to all these gadgets, to Google, to even that ways you can find out about people nowadays.
And like I
And
said,
you meet,
FBI.
yes, you meet a man from another country and you could not just Google them. Because if you as much as Google their name, you will know they're not linked to any, you
Royal
know,
family. Exactly.
exactly. And then the guy told you that he competed in Olympics twice. All you had to do was Google.
I'm
All
telling
you
you.
have to do was Google it, and you'll be able to know that he was never in Olympics. That is public information. So I think she was blinded by love. I think she fell in love with the guy at first sight because she said it. The blue eyes, the height, everything. She fell in love and she completely lost it. She completely lost herself. And she wanted to believe, like Kenny said, she wanted to believe in that fantasy so bad that she pushed every question at the
Exactly.
back of her mind. She stopped being logical. That's what love does. And that's why they say don't sleep with a man till after you have dated them for a long time, because it begins to cloud your judgment. You will not be able to, discern things anymore. They could be telling you something that doesn't make sense. You're like, oh, because the hormones are mixed up. They said the brain, when you do that, the brain releases oxytocin. I know I still take everything to science. And that's the kind of a bonding hormone. And when you do that, you bond with that person, you're attached to that person. Now you can't bear to even think of separation. So, whatever it takes to be with that person is what you're going to do. If it means lying to yourself, I think that girl knew all along that
That
something is off, but she kept hoping, kept believing, probably kept praying
I
that
think
she's
I
wrong.
think she did know, because I feel like because she didn't tell her people, the people around her, and according to her story, she has a very tight knit Nigerian family. She had friends, so I feel like the reason why she didn't tell them is because she was having hope that it would work out, and I feel like that was what was keeping her in the situation. The fact that she was intimate with the man, the fact that she secretly married the man,
oh yes,
even
she
after.
did.
Yep. Even after she knew that he had a gambling addiction,
Mm,
and the fact that she was taking him to AA meetings, or should I say more like counseling meetings to curb his addiction, she was still helping him. She was still being a very good wife for some reason, despite going through all that. And I feel like it was because her judgment was clouded, and she really wanted it to work, which
yes,
is sad because that would have been great energy to use on a man that was actually a good man.
I
But
know,
then
I know.
she wastes amazing energy on someone that stole from her and changed her life for the worse. And I feel like it's sad. And then these are the same women that will attempt to get into relationships, but then all of a sudden they're guarded or their demeanor changes because of their past experiences. And
Yes,
I don't think it's a crime. I think it's just, you're reacting, you're trying to be more cautious
Uh-huh.
moving forward. And it just makes everything harder. It really does. If only she discerned in the first place, and if only she loved with her eyes open.
yeah,
I feel like if she loved with her eyes open, it would have curbed all of those bad things from happening. I mean, maybe something would have still happened because again, I blame the man too. If the story is true, I blame the man as well because sir, why are you coming? Like you said, go do bad on your own. Like if you're if you're going through trauma, go through trauma over there and
yeah,
leave me over here.
I know.
But I feel like she would have avoided a lot of it if she just loved with her eyes open. And I feel
Mm,
like women need to do that more. Like women should love with their eyes open and their heads and not with their hearts.
mhm,
Because I've noticed when I interact with men and they say, "Oh, you're too strict. Oh, you're too this. Oh, you're too hard. You're not soft. You're not opening yourself up." And I just say, well, isn't that what I'm supposed to do? I feel like if I'm being logical, it's not a crime to be logical. It's not a crime to ask the hard questions. It's not a crime to be direct and honest because I will still love you eventually. Like if you're telling me the truth and we get along, I'll still love you eventually.
mhm,
I'll eventually love with my heart. But for the first instance, from the first interaction, allow me to use my head and allow me to see you for who you are.
mhm.
So I can have the choice to make the decision on whether I want to deal with you and your nonsense or not. And I think that's what gets me in both. I feel like that's what gets me in both of these situations is that these women, I don't want to say they weren't given the choice to deal with the nonsense, but I feel like they were deceived they were deceived in some type of way and they were deceived with love.
Uh-huh.
And this love led them into doing crazy things.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's where my empathy comes from. Like, wow, somebody said that they loved you and then they did the exact opposite of what they said they would do.
Uh-huh.
That would make me feel sad too. So I think that's where my empathy is also coming from.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good enough reason to feel empathy towards someone. Yeah. But
I
then the
know.
Danish deception woman, one thing I appreciate of her is that she took responsibility. for her, for the action and the outcome. She took full responsibility of that. And then she said that that's the reason why she's coming out to do this video, to also educate people and let other people know, in case he's now trying to date another person to continue scamming them. Because number one, that Danish lady, my honest opinion is that that guy is a fraud. He's a fraudster. He's not just, he may be gambling on the side, but he's also a fraud. He's a fraud
Yeah.
and a leech that lives off people.
Of
Because
people,
he
yes.
did that to the ex-girlfriend before her. And the
Mm-hmm.
ex-girlfriend thought it was love as well. And
Mm-hmm.
he did the same thing to her, and she thought it was love. So he knows the mechanism, he knows the right things to say. That's why I said he's a fraud. He's practiced this again and again, and he knows what to do and what not to do in order to get what he wants.
And do you know what is sad?
Oh.
The sad thing is that we will have this show, other people will have their shows. Tomorrow, another woman will come up with the same story. Why do women never learn? Why can't we learn? I understand something can happen once, it's okay, but when it keeps happening, you
Mm-hmm.
have to stop and ask yourself why. Enough awareness have been created that you shouldn't be letting men take advantage of you. Don't take care of any man. Don't start feeding a man. Don't let a man move into your home. Let the man be a man. Let them stand up. There's a difference between enabling a man and assisting a man. If you have to assist, that's okay. But don't enable men, because this
Mm.
has become a trend where men just live off of women. Some weak men anyway, because you don't see odogus doing that. You don't
N-
see men with serious values doing that. Even a man that have the kind of value they should have, they will even feel some type of way taking anything from a woman, you
yeah.
know. So it's
We
crazy.
call
But
them princess men.
ladies, you call them what?
Princess men. Because they'll be looking for princess treatment. Like they're a millionaire.
Literally, like they love princess treatment too much. Like, who's the princess in this dynamic? Me or you, sir?
Honestly.
Because
There's that.
why are you wearing the skirt and a crown? I don't like that. I'm supposed to be wearing the crown and the skirt and the dresses, and you're taking my whole wardrobe. Sir, give it back.
Yeah,
Give it back,
they are
sir.
princess men.
That
And
is why I don't like men that look too feminine, because I'm like, I cannot be competing on the mirror with you. I cannot be every time you're on the mirror doing. But anyway, thank you, ladies. It's already time. It's been 1 hour. So again, my nose is stuffed up, so I'm gonna go take some kind of medicine and rest. So thank you all for being here, but I'm glad I was able to come out and still do my live show, so I didn't miss it. And guys, this is
well
going to
done,
be
doctor.
our last till 2026. So we'll start working
Oh,
Yeah. Are we
wow.
going
But
on holiday break as well?
huh?
Are we going on holiday break?
Yes.
Oh.
oh, precious
Yes.
ones are going on break. But honestly, doctor, you deserve it because you've been really pushing out content for the longest, and you require some sort of rest and relaxation because you've been trying for us. So
Thank
on
you.
behalf of the precious ones, thank you, and enjoy your
Oh,
Christmas and New Year's break because you deserve it, doctor.
you're
You really do.
welcome.
Well
Oh,
done. You've
that
worked
melts
hard.
my heart. Thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. It makes me feel good. It makes me know that what I'm doing, that people are actually enjoying it or learning from it or appreciating it. So thank you for saying that. Thank you, ladies. And everybody in the comment section, Maureen, thank you. I'm glad that we had today. Like you almost didn't happen, but I had to push through. So I'm very happy that I did. And let me read what she wrote before we end. It says, I think this should be an eye opener. No one, not even a religious leader, should manipulate someone into abandoning their home or marriages, responsibilities, just like you said. Yes. Said Dr. Precious, discern. Yes, discernment is the key. Thank you, Peterson. You're
Agreed.
welcome. She said, thank you. You're so, so welcome. Thank you as well. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Doctor and Cece. You're welcome. The guys, the comment section is appreciating you guys.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you
you.
guys also for being there.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we won't be doing it
Thank
without
you.
you because we can't do it alone. You guys are so welcome. And thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for all your comments. And we will see you in 2026. I will still be posting, but in
Woo!
terms of life, I know, yeah, but in terms of life, it's going to be in 2026. So thank you guys. Until next time, I love you and God bless you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.